I love me some bad apology videos just as much as the next guy. I can eat those things up for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I just love watching how cliche and insincere they all seem. And today we're watching one that transcends what it means to be an apology video. It grew wings and evolved into an apology documentary. And the most surprising thing is that this apology doesn't even come from a YouTuber. It comes from an NBA star named Dramond Green. Now, just in case you're not a big sports fan, you don't bleed red, white, and blue, and you're sitting there scratching your head wondering what this whole situation's about in the first place, I'll give you a bit of the backstory to catch you up to speed. Dramond Green is an NBA player for the Golden State Warriors, and recently a video leaked of him punching his teammate Jordan Poole in the face during one of their team practices after they got into a verbal argument. You may have even seen the video yourself already, because when it leaked, it went pretty hog wild on Twitter, and I seen it about a week ago, and I'm not even an NBA fan. I'm more of an NFL fan. I like watching big dudes hit other big dudes with such force that they cause problems like CTE. So naturally, this video was right up my alley. But as for the backstory surrounding why did he punch him, what was the argument about, that's still pretty unclear. The footage itself is pretty pixelated. It's not the best quality, and I'm not a lip reader, especially a pixelated lip reader, so I couldn't tell you what was going on whatsoever. I'm also not going to show the video because YouTube might bend me over their knee and spank me for being a naughty little boy and showing violence on the platform, even though the video's not bad whatsoever, but it's very easily accessible. You can watch it if you want. But now let's go ahead and hop into this very stinky apology documentary and just break it down a bit.
On October 5th, Dramond Green and teammate Jordan Poole got into a verbal altercation during practice. The incident ended with Dramond punching Poole in the face.
So they start off telling you the same thing I just told you, but they also throw in these goofy establishing shots of San Francisco with like the bridge and the ocean and even the Chase Center. I was half expecting Morgan Freeman to hop on there and start telling me about the local wildlife. Like, what? This just feels so insincere. It feels like the same thing when a YouTuber sits down and shows themselves turning on the camera or starting the video off with a big...
I think in the very first few minutes, or first few or 10 or whatever, I think you're initially upset, pissed off, which is why you have the reaction you have.
Really? You think that's why you punched him in the face? Because you were pissed off? Oh, but I would assume, yeah, when you're pissed off, that's probably the reason that you punched someone in the face. But while we're on the topic of Dramond Green and his fist meeting another person's face, there's a very big, I guess it's a conspiracy at this point, where people were like trying to figure out if he's doing it on purpose, because he's hit so many people in the nuts over the series of the games that he's played that it seems like he's made it a habit of kicking and hitting people in the nutsacks. It's like he's just a predator who goes straight for those two twins in the undergrundle. He's got to get his fixin' of hitting people in the nuts, or he's just not had a good season. There's probably so many occurrences of him doing that during games that there's got to be some compilations out there. I'm not going to look it up, but you can. I'm sure there's a couple.
And so I think in the first minutes, just upset, like kind of not thinking about much except for what just happened. And then you kind of move to the why, part of the process of why did this happen.
Well, I'm no psychologist. I'm not Dr. Frankenstein either. I've never poked and prodded around with human brains. I don't know what makes them tick. I don't know the inner workings of the mind. But I would go out on a limb and say, well, you punched him because you were mad. You were pissed off. That's why. That's why you did it. It seems like he may be taking the who, what, when, where, why approach to this, the 5W approach. So for who, it would be you and Jordan Poole. The what would be... well, you punch him in the face. The when would be about a week or two ago. The where would be at training or your practice or whatever. And the why is because you were pissed off, like you said. It's the same thing as you just mentioned. You were pissed off. That's why you punched him in the face. You gave him a good old soccer bopping. You mollywopped him. You gave him a good old fisticuffing.
And walking yourself through why. The different things that can get you to why. What took place actually took place.
Just tell him the real reason, Dramond. Just stop beating around the bush. You had a baby rage moment. Happens to the best of us. Some of us punch our monitors. Some of us punch our teammates. You know, it happens.
From there, how do you feel about it? And I think that's the natural process that I went through is, okay, now that you process what just happened, now you've processed the why. Now how do you feel? And what do you feel about it?
It's not that deep, bro. I promise. That we're not looking for some philosophical response. Bro, what is my cat doing in the background? Dude, I just don't... Anyways, just ignore that. I kind of lost my train of thought. We don't need some long thought-out response going down to the nitty-gritty. It's not a book report. This isn't English class. We're just looking for, I'm sorry, won't happen again, can't take it back, it happened, it is what it is. That's all you need to say. Which he did actually say that in a press conference that is coming up soon. But for some reason, he decided to go and make this little Hollywood production as well. You know, it's like, why do hot dogs taste so good? I don't know. It's the same explanation as why I made this. I'm just not too sure.
Look, it's the NBA. It's professional sports. These things happen.
There's a lot of trust in the fabric of our team, who we are.
It's for us to handle, you know, privately.
I never once thought
So they're even throwing in some press conference clips where they're like pounding the team about what happened. Why did Draymond punch a teammate? Oh, hoopla. NBA News eats this up. Also, Steve Kerr popped up there. I just want you to look up real quick what his son's name is. Come on, Steve. Why'd you do it? You know what? Steve should be the one making an apology video with tears right now for this.
nothing stays in house these days. Everything gets to the media. Everything is said.
There was the remorse face. It looked like he was almost about to maybe shed a tear. Almost maybe feel remorseful. But probably not. It probably said that on the cue card up top, so he probably just...
That's not like one of those fights where you come back and you're great buddies.
This is a bigger story than anyone wants to admit.
I actually woke up to the video. Once I woke up to the video,
Dang, man. You see the production quality on this? They're cutting in clips, doing voiceovers from other clips, and they have this music coming in. They probably hired a full orchestra to create this, like a movie production. It's probably got a higher budget than most movies these days do for just this simple apology that could have been done in maybe a minute, or maybe even over a tweet, or maybe just don't apologize at all.
so you get at a time, you give it some time to allow people to throw their opinion out, which quite frankly, I don't care about people's opinion.
He cares so little about what other people thinks. He went and made a whole movie trailer about this situation. That's how much he doesn't care about people's opinions on this. He's wild like that. He's got that Sigma mentality, that alpha mindset that nobody matters except for him.
There is like this dark cloud in the room, and I caused that, so I apologize to his family. For me, that is the task at hand, to rebuild trust in our locker room. I felt as a man, I felt as a leader, that I would do everything that I can to make this right, or to right the ship, and to help this team, to help Jordan, his family, and move forward from there.
See, this was the good apology I was talking about. This is a press conference from a little bit before this was put out, so that was really all he needed to say. It was good. He apologized to Jordan, Jordan's family, Jordan's face. That's all he needed to do, man. But he had to go and do this. Also, why the way he said that sort of made it seem like he's gonna do anything he can to help Jordan. Like, does he have to get plastic surgery? Did you knock his jaw off or something? Did you hit him like so hard his face contorted and twisted? Like, how did you kill him?
4 days after his exile, for lack of a better word, Dramond Green arises for an early morning workout at his residence. He has to keep his body ready. Today, he has work to do. The previous night, the much-anticipated announcement on his status with the team was made.
I'm going to get right to the
Wait. This is an apology video, not a YouTuber morning routine video. I don't care what you do. I don't care how luxurious your workout space is in the place you live. I don't even care about the narrator that you probably paid a couple grand, maybe tens of thousands of dollars to narrate this for you. I want to know about the situation, not your morning routine, man.
Draymond situation. I expect him to play Friday in our last preseason game and on opening night. We're going to lean on the experience that we have together and trust that this is the best decision for our team.
Now, I don't know much about the NBA. I don't know if he should have been, suspended or whatever because he punched a teammate. It does seem like a good reason to suspend someone from a team. But once again, we still have no idea what the argument was about. Did Jordan Poole call his mom fat? Did he make a yo mama joke to him about her being like stupid or something? What happened?
Get back with my team, get back to work, get back to practice, put the work in that needs to be put in from a basketball standpoint, from a leadership standpoint, and get back to business. That's where I go from here. That's where we go from here.
So it's pretty much just so far a nothing burger of an apology. It's just, mumbo jumbo you'd expect to hear from a YouTuber. And now I guess they're doing it even in the sports world now. But obviously with much more production value.
The importance of ring night, you're essentially closing a chapter. You're closing the last chapter that we're about to get ready to start.
I don't care about ring night. What?
The next journey. That journey is complete.
I guess it reflects really well on the like to dislike ratio of how this was received. Here's a crazy idea. Why don't we get Jordan Poole on here and get his side of the story? Maybe that would also help sort things out. But maybe that's crazy. Maybe we just need to talk about ring night and not the actual topic of the video. I don't have anything else to say. I guess just look forward to Dramond Green playing in this upcoming season. And look forward to also some more nut taps from the man himself. The nut tap master. Or the nut kick master. Whatever you want to call him. The man who you should wear a cup when he's around you. When you play the Warriors, just wear a cup and protect yourself. Or that man will hit you right where it hurts. The point of an apology video is to reflect on the past, realize what you did wrong, and then say you're going to better yourself and work on yourself in the future. But the only thing I'm seeing reflecting right now is the lot in his eyes, man. He's looking into the triangular sun right now. Give the man some sunglasses.